Hi friends, in the last session we have discussed that functions concept, right? So we have started that concept called the functions. So normally what is function means if a group of statements repeatedly required, okay, if a group of statements repeatedly required, then it is not recommended to write these statements every time explicitly. We have to define these statements as a single unit and we can call that unit any number of times based on our requirement without rewriting, so that we can use the functions concept. So by using this functions concept, what is our advantage? Code reusability. Okay, code reusability and maintainability of the code will be improved, and others also can easily understand. Okay, others also can easily understandable. So functions is the best choice if you are rewriting the statements every time. Okay, if you are rewriting the statements every time, so that you can make them into one unit, and we can call that unit any number of times. So this is intention of functions concept. Okay, this is nothing but what intention of functions concept. Normally in other languages, functions also known as methods, procedures, and subroutines. Okay, methods, procedures, and subroutines. So I have explained a small program here, one print statement, and same statements here twice, and here also different information but same information, and here also the same information but information was changed. So here if you observe here, only these lines are different but remaining is same. So when these lines are different, I will write these lines separately, but I will make them into one unit, and I will call this many number of times. Okay, I will call this function any number of times. So observe here, the same program I'm keeping into function. Okay, first I will keep into a function, then you will get clarity. Then I will explain. We have observed that Python supports two types of functions. First, let me go through this concept. Next, I will explain types of functions. Okay, so observe here. So observe what is the point here is this is the point. Okay, this is same information every time we are observing. Okay, but this was different. Okay, this was different. So in order to keep them into one unit, so I'm taking a function. Okay, I'm taking a function we can define by using. Okay, function we can define by using def. Okay, def, suppose I'm taking a function math function. Okay, I'm taking math function. Okay, math function I'm taking. Def is the function keyword, and this is the function name, and this is the parenthesis to represent this is a function. Okay, if you have to take this parenthesis to represent this is a function. Okay, so next I'm taking a colon and pressing enter. Make sure after colon you have to press enter. The cursor next to where it is starting, you have to write the code from there only. Okay, you have to write the code there only, otherwise you will get a indentation error. Make sure, observe carefully one more time. This is the keyword. Okay, writing the function, this is the keyword, and next function name. Okay, this is nothing but what function name. Next, here what I'm doing means I'm keeping them into this function. I'm keeping them into function. Okay, okay, I'm taking here sum and multiplication. So here I'm not required here every time. Okay, I'm not required here every time. Okay, here I'm not required every time. But observe here, in this case it is not going to print that information directly. Okay, Just okay, the same information I wrote here. Okay, same information I wrote here inside a function. This is different lines. Okay, different lines I kept them normally. Okay, this is different functions I kept them normally. Now observe the output, what output it will give. Okay, now what output it will give. Okay, if you observe, this is first function, second function, and third function. But where is my this function? Why it is not printing means you defined the function. Okay, we defined the function, but we are not calling that function. Okay, we defined the function, but we are not calling that function. To call that function, we have to use in this way. Okay, math underscore function. Okay, math underscore function. So once this statement executed, this is it is going to call this function and the statements will execute. Okay, once this statement is completed, it's going to call this function and here it will be executed. Okay, in the same way I'm taking here also. I'm taking here also. After here also I'm taking here, here, and here. Three times I have taken. So if you observe here, here how many times? This is the first time. Okay, this is the second time, and here this is the third time. So third time, three times I have taken single line. Okay, and observe one more thing. Program 6372 started, but here 6395. Almost how many lines? 7 to 95 means some 20 lines are there. But if you observe here, it should it not cross at least 15 lines also. Okay, it not cross at least 15 lines also, because the lines here four times lines are we decreased. Four lines we decreased and kept them into a single unit. Okay, now observe the output in this case. Sai Kumar first function and it is printing sum and multiplication. Okay, second function it is printing sum and multiplication. Third function and printing sum and multiplication. Okay, this is nothing but what a function. Okay, this is nothing but what a function. Okay, so if a group of statements repeatedly required, it is not recommended to write these statements repeated explicitly every time, and we have to keep them into single unit and we need to call them any number of times. Okay, any number of times is nothing but a function. The main advantage of function is code reusability and maintainability of the code. So by using this functions concept, if anyone is going to study your program, they can easily understand. Okay, it is easily understand if you write the programs in a functions manner. Okay, make sure functions is the important and recommended concept in Python. Okay, functions concept is the recommended and very important concept in Python. Okay, so next concept is nothing but clear, right? Any questions, please post your query in the comment section or reach out to my email ID. Okay, so just here what I did, I have taken a function and kept them in a block, I mean into a single unit, and I'm calling that function three times based on my requirement. Okay, so here what I'm doing means Python supports how many types? Two types of functions. Okay, Python supports two types of functions. One is a built-in functions and the second one is a user-defined function. Okay, Python supports how many types? Two types. One is built-in function and the second one is a user-defined function. Built-in functions is nothing but what? The functions which are already defined by the Python software automatically. Okay, the functions which are defined automatically by the Python software. Okay, they are nothing but inbuilt functions. Okay, inbuilt functions. So what are they? ID, type, input, eval function, these all are built-in functions. Okay, so let me write the theory. The functions, okay, the functions the functions which are already coming along with the Python software automatically. Okay, the functions which are already coming along with the Python software automatically are called built-in functions. Okay, built-in built-in functions. Okay, built-in functions. Clear? The functions which are already coming along with the Python software automatically are called built-in functions. Okay, these are nothing but these are also called as these are also called as these are also called as what built-in functions or user-defined functions also. Okay, I mean these are also called as built-in functions or predefined functions. Okay, these are also called as predefined functions. Okay, these are also called as predefined functions. Clear? So built-in functions means this is nothing but what a built-in function. Okay, so observe the examples. Observe the examples is id. Okay, id type id type eval function and input function. Okay, and etc. So how can you say id and type eval input are inbuilt functions means suppose normally I have declared a variable. Okay, a is equal to 10. Okay, if you ask id of a means what it will give, it is going to give the id. Okay, it's going to give the id. And type means it is going to display what is the type of a. Okay, it's going to display what is the type of a. So what is type of a? Int. So python is having the nature python is having the nature python is having the nature it is going to it is going to represent the value dynamically at a runtime. Okay, it is going to represent the identify the type dynamically at a runtime. Okay, next is nothing but eval function. Eval function means normally I have explained in the last session, based on your provided input dynamically it is going to identify what is the type. If you observe here, eval of input enter dictionary. Okay, other than that, if you observe here, a is equal to eval of, okay, eval of input of enter a list. Enter list. Okay, observe here, I'm asking the list 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40 comma 50. So now observe here, what is the type of a list? Okay, just I'm reading in the form of string, but eval function is going to convert your string to list. String to list. This is nothing but what eval function. Okay, and next what is nothing but input function. Input function is also we can call it as a reading the string. Okay, how many what are how many information you are reading, that information by default it is going to consider as a string. Clear? So this is nothing but what user built-in functions. Okay, built-in functions are predefined functions. Clear? Next concept is nothing but what user defined functions. Okay, next is nothing but what user defined functions. User defined functions. See, user defined functions means the functions which are already developed by the programmer explicitly according to the business logic requirement. Okay, so built-in functions means already coming with the Python software automatically. But here user-defined functions means already functions defined by the programmer explicitly. Okay, okay, the functions which are already which are already developed by programmer explicitly. Okay, the functions which are already developed by the programmer explicitly according to business requirements. Business requirements. Business requirements are called user defined functions. Okay, are called user defined functions. The functions which are already developed by the programmer explicitly according to business requirements are called user defined functions. So how can you create a user defined function? Okay, how can you create a user defined functions means by using def keyword. Okay, we can create we can create user defined function by using def keyword. Clear? So syntax to create a user defined function. Okay, syntax to create a user defined function. Syntax to create a user defined functions. Syntax to create a user defined function. So def is the keyword to create a function. Next function name. Okay, next function name. Def is the keyword and the function name is the function name which you are going to take. Okay, next here parameters. Okay, here parameters. Okay, next here doc string. doc string. doc string. So just here whatever lines you are writing, next return statement. Okay, return value or something whatever you are writing. Okay, this is nothing but what a function. Okay, syntax to create a function. Clear? Now observe here with respect to this one, I will write a small program by using functions concept. Okay, by using this I will write a small program to print hello world using functions concept. Okay, so program to print hello world. Hello world, hello world using, okay, program to print hello world using functions. Program to print hello world using functions. Okay, observe here clearly. I'm taking here print. Okay, print I'm taking first hello world. Here I'm taking hello world. Hello world I'm printing. Okay, hello world I'm printing directly. So if I'm taking one more time means 4 times it is going to print now. But if you observe here, I'm writing these statements 4 times. So writing 4 times and it looks like it's not good programming practice. So to prevent this concept only, we have to go for the functions concept. Just what I'm doing means here I'm taking a def function. Def is the keyword to define a function. Def is the keyword to define a function. Next what I'm taking means here wish. Okay, wish function I'm taking. Wish function. Next what I'm doing here is I'm printing hello world. Hello world. hello world. Here wish function. Okay, observe here. So it is printing hello world. Okay, but if you observe here, I'm taking three times. I'm taking. It's going to call the wish function three times. Okay, it's going to call wish function three times. It is calling this function and printing this time. So in the previous case, I wrote hello world three times, three or four times. But here I'm not writing hello world three times. Just I'm calling the function. It is responsible to print that function that many times. Okay, this is nothing but what a wish function. Okay, this is nothing but what a wish function. Here, this is the example of to create a sample function. This example what creating a sample function. Clear, right? This is nothing but what creating hello world program to print hello world using functions concept. Okay, so next note, one note, while creating functions. Okay, a functions while creating a functions we can use two keywords. Can use two keywords. Okay, while creating a functions we can use two keywords. One is a def keyword, def, and second one is return. Okay, return is optional, but where def is mandatory. Okay, where def is mandatory. Where def is mandatory. Clear? So this is nothing but what types of functions. Okay, this is nothing but what types of functions: user defined function and predefined function. And we observe that how can we use functions concept, and we observe that usage of function. Okay, we observe that usage of functions with respect to previous example and current example. Okay, with respect to previous example and current example we observe. Clear, right? So if you are having any questions or queries, please post your query in the comment section or reach out to my email ID in the given description. Thank you friends. Thanks for watching this video. In the next session, I'm going to explain parameters concept and a return statement. Okay. Thank you friends. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel if you are watching for the first time.